ready for another lesson?
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Back Row Banter, your favorite casual movie talk podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Adam Schwartz, and on this week's episode, we'll be talking about a little-known movie called Avatar: Fire and Ash. But of course, before we get to any of that, I'm joined today. Damn it, I forgot to do names, man. I'm rusty. It's been a couple weeks.
I was going to say, welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. Capital B this time.
It's been almost like the length of in between an Avatar movie since we last recorded.
It feels like it.
Yeah,
it feels like it. We'll
Between
go with
first and second, or second and third.
probably the first and second. That joke works a lot better.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's much more functional that way. I mean, who knows what the gap will be between 3 and 4, though? I mean, assuming 4 happens, I don't know if they want to make another $1 billion.
Yeah. I thought I read something he finished. Right? Didn't he say he finished the script like all the way up to 6 or something? Shit? 6 or
5
7?
so the scripts are done through 5. Principal photography is done for the first act-ish of
it's like the first
4 because they shot it. Yeah, they shot 2 and 3, and then the first act of 4 all together because the first act of 4 apparently will take place on the same continuation timeline, and then there's going to be a time jump in the middle of 4 apparently. So to preserve the characters like ages and everything like that, they just shot the first bit of 4. So that's done already if they end up doing it. Which, like, again, they made another $1 billion. The only thing holding it up would be James Cameron, who just doesn't want to spend the rest of his career almost working on these films, which I think is kind of valid, but I hope is not the case. But yeah, that's kind of where they're at.
I'd heard another podcast was talking about an interview, so I'm like paraphrasing, which I know is dumb, but apparently there was an interview with James Cameron where someone was asking him, like, how many movies do you think you have left? And he, like, just in all earnestness is like, well, like, assuming I live to 110, 120, that gives me like a few years. And like, just I love the fact that James Cameron's just like, yeah, no, I'll live that long. Fuck that. I'm rich and I've got money.
It's funny.
Like, it's 2026.
I'm going to allocate as much funds as I can to living.
Yeah, like I can do this.
I mean, he's what, 70.
That's the thing. Like, I fully believe
72,
it.
And he's got so much energy for how old he is.
Yeah. If you told me, like,
I believe him.
If you told me he's been like living off the fruit in his own backyard or some shit like that for the last 20 years and like has fully optimized his body to live already, he'd already figured that out 10 years ago and just didn't ever tell anybody, I would fully believe you. That's just like, I think how James Cameron operates in general from everything I've ever seen about him with other stuff. But yeah,
that tracks for sure. So, I mean, hopefully he gives us as many movies as he can, and I think he's crazy enough to be working up until the day he dies.
I hope so.
Me too. But anyway, I'm going to go for the low-hanging fruit here, which is just Nathaniel Gingrich.
Hello.
I don't mean to, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Cheapen. I don't know. I was just
cheapen. Did you say cheapen?
That's what I said.
No, that wasn't what I was looking for.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, sure, mislabel you as a woman. Obviously, an Neytiri female character, Nathaniel male person.
True, but
so
she
didn't like I said, low hanging fruit. That was the first thing related to this movie that I came up with, and we got to do this on the fly now.
I am honored.
So here we are
to be Neytiri, a strong woman, strong character.
I would be, great actress.
Royalty.
As well. Yeah.
I think we.
Well, she relinquishes her.
Yeah, but she's still
line to the Sahik.
She's a royal in her mind, man. She never stops being a royal just because she doesn't have a title.
That's fair. I gotta think of a T name quick.
We've talked often about.
Oh, I got it. No, we could do. I was gonna go with the Tukun Tai, Tyler Vidalis.
Tukuns are dope.
They are dope, dude. Especially in this movie. I mean, okay, I don't want to say the spoilers, but y'all know what I'm talking about with the I'm gonna just draw a circle with my hands and we're gonna leave it there. So no spoilers, but I mean, yeah, we'll get into it. But what a highlight for me. And of course, rounding out the squadron is big boats in the sky, Blake.
Big boats in the sky. We'll take it, man.
Big blue boats in the sky.
Yeah, man. Those were sick too. I mean, that's going to be most of the review once we get into it.
Avatar goes
it wasn't that awesome because that's
when
most
Avatar
of what
goes
these movies
mad.
are.
Essentially how I feel watching all of these movies. Just like, man, this is so
like,
visually
wow,
pleasing,
awesome.
and like the rest of it is kind of I just accept it as is.
When Avatar goes Mad Max for about 7 minutes in the middle there.
Oh, 100%. This movie does feel very Avatar, Mad Max, Fury Road. I had that thought as soon as I saw those Raiders come about. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I was just missing.
How we doing though, fellas?
No, go ahead.
I want to check in really quick before. I mean, I'm anxious to talk about this movie, so I do want to get into the review as soon as we can. But just want to check in, man. It's been a couple weeks since we've recorded, since I've checked in with any of you guys. I did miss out on your bit of sizzle that happened.
It's true.
That was already 2 weeks ago, so it's been almost 3 weeks to a month since I've recorded. So it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's
good, man. Everything's all right, man. I do want to give a shout out to you for grabbing a package.
Yes.
From my condo today.
I had a little side quest today after work.
Ooh,
man!
Shout out for that. Stopped by Blake's apartment, robbed him blind. He'll find that out here in a couple days.
Or right now, you just told him.
No, don't worry. He doesn't know what
AI.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's but yeah, I was happy to help you out, man.
Yeah, cool.
Glad. Hoping Haley's feeling better about that because that does stress me out, especially living in my building, an apartment building that doesn't have a doorman.
Have you ever gotten one, Jack?
Yeah, city. Not yet.
I have.
Not here.
I have at my place. Yeah, not a ton. It's like anything that's super important. Honestly, I'll just like mail it to like my parents and just get it when I see them.
Yes,
you know
I've already done that.
Like that.
Living here, I've already done that. I actually really regretted I ordered a new winter coat, which is pretty expensive because I was like, I just needed a nice one.
Delivered it directly there.
Yeah, I just didn't think about it right away. And then I pressed order and I was like, ooh, I honestly kind of want to change the shipping address. And I couldn't. And I just didn't feel like it was worth it. So but then the most stressful part about that situation became no tracking number. And I couldn't view my order or like the shipping status because I didn't create an account when I created the order. So I just had to be blind as to when it was coming. And so I was checking every day when I got home, like twice, like before I went to bed even. I was like, I need to find this jacket.
How crazy that back in the day they were just like, yeah, no, that's just how things are. You just maybe.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just be on the lookout every day for the next 12 days.
I mean, I know that's like
by day 13, if you don't have it, give us a call.
Yeah,
like I know really how it went.
I know we joke that like the postal police are like, you know, no one really talks about them, but apparently that's like why they were like super hardcore. Like if you fuck up with the postal police, they will find you, kind of thing, which I respect.
I think. Yeah, but I think the last 10 years, I mean, the amount of packages from Amazon.
Sure, I mean, well, they privatized
balloons everything to the point.
And like,
yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird.
So
I look forward to the day when I like go around somewhere and someone's like, I captured the Amazon drone. And like they just got in their backyard.
Well, speaking of that, dude. So being down here in Florida or Miami, I've now seen for the first time like the fucking robotic delivery joints.
Oh man.
For the are you talking about for like food delivery?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, they're all over my neighborhood, dude. All over.
Dude, yeah, it's the first time I've seen them. And like you walk outside
almost every day.
DoorDash for Nathaniel. And that shit's just riding down the street and it stops if there's somebody in front of him. It's fucking mind blowing.
Kicking over every one of those and ripping out the wires to sell them for copper.
There are two brands.
I've been playing a lot of Ark, dude. Don't make me go kill these fucking robots and start salvaging wires and metal and plastic and shit.
We as a society should just do this for the good of ourselves. Like, I'm sorry. We should just.
That's hilarious.
This is where I draw the line. I refuse.
There are two like companies that do it, I think. and they do it differently. One does say like DoorDash for name of person who ordered it, but the other company has named the robots themselves. It's like
they're
Val,
trying to
and it
build
says Val on the
empathy
side of
with
the
you,
robot.
so you don't.
Yeah, genuinely, and it has like a giant smiley face on the front with like lights on it, like headlights on it.
How are homeless people just not fucking rocking these things?
I haven't seen it yet. I mean, they're pretty hard to. There's like no handle. I don't even know how you access it. I'm assuming you have to put in a code.
Homeless,
I would imagine it coming
I'm fucking smashing that thing, dude.
If you're not,
That
thing's probably pretty big.
Little
They're big. They look heavy as fuck.
Yeah, because it's like, if I had to gauge on how big this thing is, like it's probably about 4 foot long. No, it's probably about 4 foot long, and then height wise is maybe like 3 feet.
Yeah.
3.5 feet, but like that thing's probably got some density to it. Like I
So
wouldn't
it's
be surprised if
it's
that
like
is
a copy
probably
machine.
A couple 100 pounds, dude.
Like
And
just
honestly,
rolling
if I'm
down the
homeless,
street.
like,
it is genuinely.
Obviously, you're gonna get like arrested for it, but like it's
No, I'm
a
with you, Ty.
non-violent crime, and it's relatively victimless. Like, so what? Somebody doesn't get their fucking food.
I'm
But
with you.
if I have no other options, I'm beating the
Oh,
shit
yeah,
out
for
of
sure.
that
I'd
thing.
So you say that until it's your food that's getting stolen,
Well,
and then you are the victim.
Until one of those fucking.
I am probably one of the only people that you know that does not. I don't even have any food delivery service apps on my phone.
You're so much better than I am, and I've actually made it a New Year's resolution to myself to like stop using DoorDash as
Dude,
much,
it's bad.
It's disgusting.
Leah and
It's
I
bad.
do not order food.
I have this.
It's
I don't.
disgusting, dude.
And for the record, I don't order often. It's got to be desperate situation, as in it's after 1 a.m. I'm drunk or whatever, and need food, and I don't want to leave the house. That is the only situation I'm ever doing that. If it's a normal hour, then the store's open. I'm going to it.
Yeah.
I got this vision of Tyler on desperate need trying to attack one of these roving copy machines, and then an alarm goes off. One of those Boston Dynamic robotic dogs just fucking comes around in the corner and just wrecks your ass as well too. Just climbing over 8 things.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, I guess in where were my roommate said in
Little
somewhere in
teaser
some city in
pops out.
California. They have the food delivery robots, but they're bipedal. They are the humanoid.
I would be
looking-
kicking that shit, man. Like this.
That's-
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
I
guys.
haven't seen any videos of it yet.
That's
pop up
terrifying.
anywhere.
Us as the
But
organic meat sacks. This
apparently
is where we
that
got to draw
is-
the line, bro. This is it. I'm
yeah.
starting to
Some
rock
iRobot
around
shit.
with a screwdriver and a pair of pliers, and I'm ripping out optics.
The other thing that freaked me out,
Nathaniel,
with-
if these things ever become sentient, brother, like you may be like target 1A. Like if they ever become sentient and want to take
I mean,
reports
they
back.
Bro,
They've
by-
listened to every episode, man.
By
They're
that
plotting.
time,
Yeah.
I'm in a steel cage in the mountains. No one's knowing where I am.
Are you're the
Just me and a bunch of
character in,
VHSs.
no, you're the main character from the opening of Bloodlines, Final Destination Bloodlines,
Yeah.
just in the mountains,
In a cabin.
Wait,
Yeah.
in a
Everything's
cabin,
around me.
at the foot of a hill.
It's just me and a
Yeah.
bunch of analog videotapes just hanging out back there. We're like, kids, you remember when
That's
art was
hilarious.
on the screens and not in your brains?
Yeah.
The one that concerned me somewhat recently was seeing, I guess, somewhere in Texas, maybe it was Austin, but there was a power outage, and so all the Waymos
Oh no, it was like San
just-
Francisco.
just stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was San Francisco.
And like, yeah,
all
they
the
just
Waymos
piled
just
up.
stopped where
Yeah,
they were.
like
Yeah, it was like out of. Did any of you guys watch This Is Where the World Ends or something like that on for a Netflix movie that came out? a year or
Is
two
that
ago?
who's in it? Is that Kevin Bacon or
No, Ethan Hawke.
Ethan
Hawke.
Hawke? Yeah, that's fucking
Yep.
nuts that I just mixed
Yeah.
those up, but I'm
Yeah.
incredibly sorry.
no worries. But yeah, it was Mahershala Ali, Ethan Hawke, and I forgot the lead actress's name. It's off the top of my head. Maybe was it Julia Roberts? Maybe?
misogynist.
Either way, but there was a scene in that movie where a bunch of like self-driving Teslas are piled up, and it was basically that. Like
Yeah, I
the
know
Waymos
exactly
all
what you're
just
talking about.
the Waymos all just stopped and
Dude,
were
that-
blocking major roadways. And I rode in the Waymo when I was in Austin. It was an
Wait till it's
interesting experience.
wait
I
till
mean,
it's
it got
flooding
me to where I needed
And
to
all of
go.
those stop, and you're just
Yeah.
sitting there, and it's
Well,
like,
that's what
it's
that's
like
so the that's the
Titanic.
video. That's the caption for the video that I saw on Twitter was like, a national emergency these things are gonna get people killed.
Yeah.
Like this is not.
How did
like, how has
Nathaniel
this not
die?
been
Oh, he
thought
was
of
trapped
already?
in an electronic taxi. He just locked all the doors on him and decided,
Just pounding.
Yeah. Or it's
Let me
like,
out.
I'm going to be driving down the street and there's going to be like, I don't know, a cat crossing it. It's like, nope, drive into the wall, kill the passenger, save the
in the way,
the
in the
duck.
way though, there is.
if I know I'm somebody who's gonna end up using those a lot, like I'm just buying like a $20 window punch
You need
off
that.
Amazon
Yeah, you need that. Yeah.
and just wearing it as a necklace or like keeping it in my bag or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that one.
probably the smart way to go about it.
I will have been assassinated by Waymo taxi long before that. So
By Waymo Yutani is just gonna completely
Oh my
find
God, that's awesome.
Nathaniel Gingrich.
That's awesome.
Funny enough, I seen a guy walking around this morning. I went to get a bagel, and I saw a guy walking with a Wayland Yutani Corporation shirt.
in Miami, that might be real.
So
You don't know.
that's
man.
so funny. That's so funny you say that, Blake. And this will be my last point before we move into the review. But I recently was gifted. My girlfriend's dad got a new job, so his old company's like merch he doesn't want anymore. So he gave me this like nice Patagonia like quarter zip. That's really nice, but it's branded on the other side with his old company. So I was looking at like patches I could buy to put over the branding. And one of the ones I found on Amazon, because I'm looking for something relatively big to cover the whole logo, but I saw some Wayland Yutani patches, and I was like, I really want to do that because I think it'd be awesome. But I don't know if I'm a big enough like Alien fan to really pull that off. But,
Yeah.
But I've been thinking about it because I was like, that would be kind of a fun patch.
No, that'd be dope.
So I might pull the trigger on that if
All it
I have
takes
your
is the
blessing.
right
If you
person
think
to
I'm a
walk
big
by.
enough, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
I'm
the
a
niche
decent
factor
enough
in it.
Alien fan.
I think
Yeah, all you gotta do is come across the right guy, and then it's funny. Like I'm sure not
Right.
too many people said anything to that guy, but like we were crossing the
Right.
street at the same time, and I just gave him a thumbs up, and he completely.
But it's just
agreed.
I just know inevitably, 2 years down the road, I'm gonna be wearing it out one day randomly at like a movie theater or something, and someone's gonna be like, "Oh, like you like Alien?" I'll be like, "I mean, yeah," and then they'll try to have a more in-depth conversation. I'll expose myself for not being.
But then why say yeah?
then-
What are you talking
and
about?
then-
Why are you coming up with this imaginary scenario in your head to worry about?
And then they'll
on
take
whether
your
or not you
lunch
should
money
buy a
and
fucking
put you in a
patch or not.
locker as well
Yeah.
too.
You obviously
And that, ladies
like
and
it
gentlemen,
enough
Things
is
I
to
consider,
buy
man.
it.
There's lots of factors here.
You obviously like it enough. You invested
I
enough
do like
time
it
in
enough.
Alien movies. Just fucking buy it and fucking put it on. Don't worry about some imaginary scenario in
Yeah.
a fucking.
And if someone
movie
asks
theater.
you,
I've also seen you
I
talk
just
to
don't wanna-
strangers. You're not gonna freeze up if somebody tells you, "Hey, do you like Wayland Yutani?" You're not gonna be like, yeah, dude, yeah, I do, yeah."
or just say no.
I just don't want to
and
be
just
exposed
ride out that
as, like,
experience.
trying to be a
Yeah.
bigger Alien fan than I am.
Just be like-
I'm not trying to do that.
Just say no and tell them that you work for the
Out of
company,
respect.
and then watch them really melt
Oh
down.
Jesus! Yikes! Yeah,
Just
that's actually
blink,
good. That's
just
a good
blink
idea.
each eye separately and walk away.
Yeah. Or yeah, do a full the
Roll my eyes in
Android.
the back of my head. Yeah. Yeah. Man, I
He's
wish
got
we
the
were video
Wayland
right
Yutani
now.
logo in the whites of his eyes when they roll.
I mean, if I'm gonna commit to this, I'm really gonna go all in.
be a real Alien fan, bro.
If I get this,
get
if
this
I get this
tattoo.
patch, I have to get my eyes tattooed.
It's basically the same thing. Pretty sure.
All right. Okay. Well, let's talk about a different Alien adventure. Welcome, listeners, to the main review segment here at Back Row Banter. This week we're talking about, of course, Avatar: Fire and Ash. Nathaniel, if listener here is new, or maybe they've just forgotten, because it's been a while, give a rundown of how our review segment works.
Hi, folks. I just got back from Pandorum. It's it's a jungle out there, so that's why we've been off for a few weeks and everything. But it's not Kansas. Anyways, the way the review segment works here on Back Row Banters is split into two sections. There is the non-spoiler section, then there's the spoiler section. It's pretty self-explanatory. The non-spoiler section, we'll go over the movie itself. This time it's Avatar 3, Big JC, and we will go over who wrote it, who directed it, who's in it. Go over the IMDb page. Go around the Squadron. Decide if we would recommend it. Gotta be a yes or no. There is no nuance on the internet. And then from then on, it'll be spoiler time. If there's any big spoiler moments, we will. We'll talk about them at that point. But if you don't have anything spoiled for you, go ahead and check where we come back in the show notes when the spoilers are over. And then we're going to talk about where we rank it on our Entropy list, which is our big list of everything we've watched on the podcast ranked. I think that covers everything. As Adam says, it's been a while since we've done the rundown. But with that being said, Avatar. Adam, tell me about
Adam Tar.
Tell me about Avatar 3, Fire and Ash.
I would love to. New movie, of course, rated PG-13 with a runtime of 3 hours and 17 minutes. Is that our longest movie? And as I said that, yes, it is. As I said that, I realized it's not, because we did Killers of the Flower Moon, which I think is close to 4.
Didn't we do the Snyder Cut Justice League? Which was,
I guess that's true too. We did
12 hours of my life. I'll never get back.
I had to watch in 3 sittings. Yep.
And then if for whatever reason we've watched all 3 Lord of the Rings and you didn't watch the extended version, I'm probably gonna come fight you.
Yeah. So really, this movie's a piece of piss. Short.
Yeah. It's a breeze. Feels like it though watching it. I mean, this is definitely not one that I'm like scratching to get out of the theater when watching personally. IMDb rating of 7.4 out of 10. Directed, of course, by Mr. James Cameron. Written by there's more than just a James Cameron credit here. We have James Cameron, Rick Jaffa, not sure exactly, and Amanda Silver. And then there's the same 3 get story credits, as well as Josh Friedman and Shane Salerno. The cast includes we got a lot of people here. Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver, Stephen Lang, Una Chaplin, Kate Winslet, Cliff Curtis, Joel David Moore.
Jermaine Clement, I know, is in there.
Yes, Jermaine Clement of Flight of the Conchords fame.
That's correct.
Where is we got Jack Champion as Spider. Britton Dalton is Loak. Who am I missing here? Any other big names? I don't know. I feel like that's the main lineup. There are definitely more characters that have a good amount of screen time and speaking lines, but I mean those are the main ones, So I'm gonna leave it there because it's a lot of characters to keep.
Edie Falco, I guess, would be the only other one, really.
Sure,
she was kind of, and Giovanni Ribisi. He does show up a little bit, but yeah, that would really be
Selfridge. Oh yeah, he comes back because he's not in the second one at all, right?
Can't remember.
I don't think he is. I remember rewatching. I don't remember seeing him. They switched to like the general.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
In the second one, and so that you don't see Selfridge, and then
he's back,
he comes back in this one. Yeah. Cool. The IMDb summary reads as follows: Jake and Natiri's family grapples with grief, encountering a new aggressive Na'vi tribe, the Ash People, who are led by the fiery Varang as the conflict on Pandora escalates and a new moral focus emerges. I mean, not a bad summary. It doesn't have any like spice to it necessarily, but it doesn't need to, I don't think, and gives you kind of the general guideposts here of the themes of this movie. But I mean, hey, listen, this movie and all of them have made billions of dollars. Good chance that you know of Avatar or you've seen one of them if you're listening to this movie. So and good chance you've seen this movie because a lot of people have. So I don't think I need to really over-explain kind of what's going on here. I think you can kind of get the gist. Where to start, gentlemen? Where to start? I'll just say it. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. We were talking about it briefly before the pod recording started. Who knows if I'll make a post pod? I've seen this twice. Saw it a couple days after it initially reviewed, and then a couple days after that. So 3D Dolby both times. Incredible viewing experiences both times. Definitely one of those movies that you want to see in theaters, that you almost need to see in theaters. I think you can almost give 2 ratings to this movie. I mean, there's, the movie on its own, when you go and watch it, say in a year or whatever, or before the next one comes out and you're watching it on Disney Plus, like there's that movie that you can just kind of watch on its own. But the viewing experience with the 3D, especially, that's an entire other thing, entire other beast, entire other way to kind of enjoy the movie. And I think it's the 3D Avatar movies are probably the height of like what we have right now in terms of theater experiences. I think what rivals it would be something like Dune or something like a Nolan movie in IMAX. Like those are definitely up there. But to me, like watching Way of Water, especially in 3D, was like eye-opening because it had been so long since I'd seen it. And then even just like the jump from the 3D of Avatar 1 to the Way of Water. And this was, similar experience of quality in terms of the 3D. I mean, it was awesome. Yeah. I'm assuming you guys all saw it in 3D, hopefully.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. So if you can still, I don't know what the 3D options are for you out there at this point. It's been a couple weeks since it came out, and in today's day and age, it's probably not enough time to go and see it in 3D anymore, which is unfortunate. But if you can, definitely go do that.
If not, build a 3D theater in your own home. Invest, folks. Then you can have everyone over and do it.
Get in now.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
The 3D TVs
the
are
TVs are coming back.
So that's where I'm at. I really enjoyed this movie. I think there's a lot to kind of talk about and unwrap in spoilers. Highly recommend, especially as I said, in theaters. And then if you've seen the other two, I'll give this in non-spoilers, I guess. I'm probably in the realm of ranking this as a trilogy, 1, 3, 2 right now. So I think I did, and I not to knock 2 because I think that they're all great. Like I really don't think there's a bad entry here, and I think they all function incredibly well as like one continuous story. So it's almost like hard to separate them. But that's where I currently stand, and we can maybe talk about that more later. But that's where I'm at. Interested to see where you guys are at though, because I think if I remember our last Avatar review correctly, I'm on the higher end of the four of us in terms of like Avatar enjoyment.
Yeah. I think I'll kind of jump in here and go second then. I mean, in short, yeah. So saw it in 3D the way you should. All of these movies, I would argue, right? Pretty much have seen all 3 of them in 3D. Not pretty much. I have seen all 3 of them in 3D in theaters in real time. So that's excellent. Kind of have the same sentiment for all of these movies now. And I don't go back and rewatch them a ton. And they are magnificent to see in theaters and IMAX in 3D, right? Like in totality, that is the best way to take in this film and James Cameron's vision overall. I always find myself just amazed at like, oh my God, like once you put in perspective, like nothing you're fucking looking at is real, like from water to leaves falling to animals to facial movements. It's fucking impressive. And that's downplaying it. That being said, I don't know if I really like care for too much the story and like follow through everything what's going on in character development and kind of the continuation from stories 1, 2, and 3, or part 1, 2, and 3, I should say. It's not that they're bad and that there's poor writing. I just don't find myself ever like captivated enough to like go back and rewatch any of these. And I'm probably going to feel the same way about this one. So in short, I think they're like magnificent when I go sit down and watch them in real time. But I have a hard time going back on Disney Plus and like turning on the first Avatar or even turning on the second Avatar, as I didn't do that for the first or the second film, gearing up to watch this third one, right? So I think that's kind of my brief sentiment. Like highly recommend everyone to go watch these films, more specifically the third one, Fire and Ash. It's excellent. It looks great. The acting's phenomenal. The pacing's phenomenal. It's a spectacle. That's the easiest way to say it. But yeah, as far as like, I don't know, maybe I'm in the minority. They're great movies and they look good, but I'm just like, I just don't know if I want to like rewatch this again. But I'll watch the fourth one and the fifth one if that makes sense, right? I'll keep watching as long as he makes them. But I'm never like, man, you know what? Let me go watch Way of Water and take out 3.5 hours of my life. So I don't know. That's kind of my brief thoughts. I'm open to being talked off that ledge, but yeah, that's all I've got. Nathaniel, Ty?
Yeah, I just want to jump in really quick. I want to just say I think that's a perfectly okay way to feel about these movies because it's not an unpopular take. and that like it's just okay for it to be an incredible viewing experience and movie
For sure.
theater experience, and it for not to be like a great movie on paper. Like I said, there's the viewing experience of watching it on Disney Plus at home, and then there's watching in theater. And it's
Yeah.
okay for those things to kind of be out of balance, and it still be something that you really had a good time at and like
Mhm.
want more of. You know what I mean? Like not every movie has to be both the best thing you've ever watched as a movie and a
Yeah,
great viewing
and
experience and everything. Like,
rewatchability and everything.
yeah, like that
Yeah.
doesn't have to be every movie, and it's so rare that I would ever say that. But like this is definitely an exception if there ever was one. So just wanted to like reaffirm your feelings there because I think that's totally valid.
Yeah, I think in a lot of ways I'm in the same boat. I think these to me almost exist in their own little like world, and like they're like I think people a lot of times in like trying to reduce these movies like will refer to them as like a tech demo or kind of like, you know, just these things. They see them as these kind of things that push needlessly forward and kind of like the 3D or like the, you know, like when they change the 48 frames or something like that. And those are the distinctive parts that people will naturally kind of butt against, I think, and kind of pick on to have issues with. And that's just kind of anything that is a distinct vision in that way or like is willing to take those risks. But for me, I think like the fact that Cameron is so dedicated to the nuts and bolts craft of filmmaking, like we always like we say, like, you know, trust James Cameron, like you don't have to worry about it, like he hasn't made a bad movie. And I think that is because of his demonstrated understanding of just the fundamentals of how big movie making works. And like, yeah, you can pick at these for being very broad in kind of their themes and maybe in some of the writing, but it's for the purpose of the, I feel like, accessibility of them. And like that's part of the reason that they make $1 billion is that quite literally everyone goes to see them. And like they are that true like quadrant filmmaking where not only are you getting people across all ages, but you're getting international audiences that normally wouldn't necessarily buy into that kind of thing. And so
I was at Christmas Eve and we celebrated with my dad's side of the family, who I will see every once in a while throughout the year occasionally, but like typically I only see them almost once a year on Christmas Eve.
Sure.
And my uncle was in town who just moved to North Carolina, and like me and my dad started talking about the movie because we had seen it the day before, and he jumps in the conversation. He's like, "Oh yeah, the new Avatar." And I mean, this is a few days after it came out. The last person I would expect to have kind of jumped into a movie conversation, but he had seen it and was able to jump in. It's like that's the kind of audience and pull that these movies have.
Yeah, and it's wild. Like, you know, we are always saying we want original movies. This is a dude literally just like, yeah, made this up out of my brain, bro.
He's ripping them out.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, there's just I find such joy in going and seeing these as like the act of going to the theater, the fact of going and seeing it in 3D, like the fact that he and like, you know, I don't want to reduce the whole cast and crew as well too, but they've really collaboratively made a movie making event that makes me want to do that and not feel like, oh well, I'm just going to get, you know, I'm just gonna go to the theater and yeah, I'll have to pay extra to see it in 3D. Instead, it's like, no, I get to go see the newest cool fucking thing that's come out of James Cameron head. And guess what? This is the weirdest, horniest version so far. Like I'm 100% in. Like I love that we've got Navi drugs in this one. Like but like the limits are off. We got people attacking people with their mind tails. I'm fully invested. I love it. I had such a good time in the theater. You know, it's one where I'm sitting there like a kid again, looking over at the other people in the theater. Like, are you seeing what is happening on the screen right now? Are you witnessing this with me? Because this guy's got the juice. So yeah,
Lots of it.
I will gladly show up to any of these. Similar to like what Blake was saying though as well too. Like I maybe have rewatched Way of Water once since then, but I kind of enjoy the fact that it's like almost is it a year or 2 years between the
It was 2022.
Okay.
Oh,
my
I thought it was
December
2023.
22.
Okay.
So I mean, it was 2 years.
Okay.
3, I guess 3 years.
So yeah, like the fact that it's been that long, and like I think maybe I've seen it once since then, but you know, again, I kind of like that it is just like I just check in with these people every few years, and like I don't necessarily have to remember all of the plot lines and kind of where they're going, but like it's well made enough, and like the things that are on screen matter enough to the storytelling that like you will be able to just pick it up from there, and you can just kind of go. So yeah, I had a great time with this. Had an excellent theater experience with it as well too. Will gladly sign up and be ready for the next one as well too.
Yeah.
Long live Avatar. Want to go on the rides. The rides were a fun time at the theme parks as well too, I will say. And I think I've said on the podcast before, had the best food. So I hope James Cameron lives to
had
be
the best food.
Yeah, at the Disney park, like the Avatar section, they had they had really good food. It was like they had like a protein bowl that was
Is it themed after the movie?
Yeah, it's like there's like the floating world, like the floating islands and everything, and like there's one that's like
how do they float?
Magic. Well, and the movie it's
Disney
magnets. It's magnets, but yeah, in real world it's clever engineering. Really good, really good with forced perspective and all that stuff. Like it's just it's a really cool part of the park. There's a boat ride, and then like it ends with the mom, not of the tree people, that like witch doctor mom. She's like there and in person, and like has this full like figure and everything. That's really cool. But then the other ride is one of those ones where you get on it and you ride it, and it's almost like a simulator. And it's supposed to be that you're controlling an avatar that's riding on one of
that's cool.
the dragons. And
Ooh.
It's like, again, speaking to that like full appeal, that is my mom's favorite ride at Disneyland now. Like,
oh wow.
So, yeah.
Do they have a life-sized avatar anywhere that you can stand next to and get the sense of scale?
I don't know if they have one that you can stand next to. Like they have the one on the ride that is full scale, but then they also they have, because you're supposed to be on like an outpost, so they have the big mechs that are like around, and you can use those as your sense of scale. And then like there will be like the crates with like an arrow sticking out of it or something like that.
Yeah,
and that's like part of it. But then you're also walking around, and like you're getting the bioluminescent like plant life and all that kind of thing
the
is
glow
there,
and stuff.
It's really cool. It's awesome at night, obviously. So yeah.
Okay. I would like to see like a life-size Navi just to
know how to stack up. Yeah.
Yeah, like could I take it, one-on-one? Probably not. Cool.
Tyler, where are you coming from?
Yeah.
Man?
Yeah, man. I think I'm on pretty much the same page as everybody else. I have a very fond relationship with these movies, as everybody who's listening to this podcast knows. We've done the first two, usually go see it a couple of times. One with some old high school buddies, and another time for the podcast. And then usually this is the one that's been coming out around Christmas. So we did this Christmas Eve, and
sure,
I've only done it one other time. Excuse me. You guys are boring.
Hey man, we're all old.
Hey, it's 9:00 on a Thursday. It's okay.
But yeah, man, I got a lot of love for these movies. The creativity is off the charts. I always love the way that these look visually, as we've already kind of stated. I saw some funny things, and the more I see it, the more I just agree with it. The first one will always be my favorite, just because of like where it started and how it kind of came out and everything like that. And and then I think these two are pretty on par with one another, between this one and The Way of Water. But it's really funny because the more these go on, the less blue things get.
Oh,
like in
yeah.
the first one, they were like really blue, and then in this one, they were the second one, they definitely lightened up and changed shades, and now this one, we almost get ones that are completely gray, and so it's just like it's funny that we get more and more like less blue in the world, which is just funny. And somebody correlated that to like the less blue they are, the worse the movie is. But I don't agree with that. I think they're all pretty on par with one another for the most part. The first one just edges them out just a little bit, just because of nostalgia purposes. But yeah, man, I'm all for these movies. James Cameron can do whatever the fuck he wants, and I'm here for it, and I always will be. I will go see probably an endless amount of these. They can do, you know, the
well, James Cameron directed. I should maybe clarify.
Yeah, he can. He's one of the only people that can do like 10 of something and like maybe not lose his way the complete whole way. Whereas if you look at like Fast and the Furious, it's completely gone off the scale and lost itself. And so I have a feeling that, you know, we can just keep getting these, and I'm down for it. But I'm a full blown recommend.
I mean,
cool. That's 4 solid recommends all around, as I anticipated and as I am happy to hear. So let's go ahead and hop into spoilers. So if you've not seen Avatar Fire and Ash, don't want to spoil it for you, go ahead and check the episode description. I've left a timestamp you can jump to where you'll be taken to the ranking of the movie. Hop upon. All right, you're blessed.
Hop upon.
We have a spoiler noise?
I'm thinking here. Let's do the old air horn to wake us up and bring us into 2026.
Nice. Yeah, first step of 2026. Happy New Year.
Shit goes down.
True.
No, I'm yawning. You got me yawning, Ty.
You're welcome.
It's all your fault.
All right. So anything that is new in this movie is awesome. In my
yeah, man, that's like one of the cool things about these movies. Like, I know I'm gonna walk in and at least expect one new creature, and usually you get more than one. Usually you get, you know, like maybe 2, 3, maybe even 4 sometimes. But yeah, man, we brought it up very briefly outside of spoilers. But the big blimp guys, boats in the sky lake.
That's where I was. That's where I was blown away. Yeah, I was like, I mean, that's definitely the, you know, they expanded the world kind of Pandora in the second one, which was cool because like we'd only seen the one tribe, and then it was like, oh wow, look at these guys, they've kind of evolved a little differently to be more, you know, used to the water or whatever. Like that's cool world building, but like this was a different level of that. I think they kind of upped it again, even with the what do they call them? Something traders, like sky traders or something like that.
Wind traders.
That sounds
Maybe.
right. Yeah. But the second you get that wide shot of their little caravan, it's just like, god damn, that's awesome. Awesome to see.
It's pretty dope. It's cool too because like when things fly, they inevitably look more majestic than like maybe something on the ground does. So being able to also introduce another way to fly, or to travel by air in this versus just, you know, their personal, I forget what they call them, but their personal little dragons.
Yeah, what are they called?
It's cool to be able
look
to
it up.
do another source of flying, obviously at a much slower pace. But yeah, the caravan's cool. Dude, I thought for sure when they were originally running from the Ash people, and they end up like on the ground and they kind of jump into like a little swampy area. You can kind of see like reminiscence of like cypress trees and like all those root systems and everything like that. I was like, oh my God. I was like, are they going to do like a fucking alligator creature? I'm like, this would be so cool. This would be the perfect. I thought for sure they were going to run into some kind of Avatar alligator creature, and nothing ever came up. But I have a feeling they're right there.
They're coming.
I mean, he could do whatever he wants. They're coming. We're thinking of the Ikran is what we're
the squid dudes?
missing. No, flying dudes.
Those are their
dragon
like personal
joints.
dragons.
Got it.
What were the squid dudes from the deep dark ocean? I forgot what those were called.
Scary.
Something of the deep is kind of what they were initially alluded to as. I'm sure they have a more official name in some encyclopedia.
Souls of the Deep or something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah.
Soon as Varong was introduced, I was like, "This is my favorite character." Just immediately, it was just like, "No, this is awesome, great." And
the scene. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. And then Quaritch, I think, has become my favorite character of the whole series as well too. Just his whole thing.
His breakout.
It fucking. This shit cracks me up, bro. He just fucking flips a switch like that. One scene, he's just like totally armied out, and the next scene, full body paint, full blown loincloth.
Like, what?
And it's so funny. Dude, it's so funny too. Like, I died in theaters where he's fully painted and still has like his full American accent and everything like that, and he calls her baby. He's like, "Come on, baby," and I'm like, dude, I fucking died. I lost my shit in the theater.
He's so
like,
good in this,
no
dude.
fucking way.
Yeah,
star of the show is Stephen Lang as Quaritch.
There's certain parts in this movie where it's like that, and like the way that Spider interacts with any like member of authority. You're like, no, this is the dude that made Terminator 2. Like, this is just like John Connor all over again, basically. Which I'm here for as well too. I'm a Spider fan. I know he gets a lot of hate online, I feel like, but he's okay in my book. And
I'm not gonna stand with you on that. Do
It's
not
fair.
like him.
It's fair.
Pretty annoyed by him.
Why not?
Just annoyed. Just don't like. I mean, I understand why they made his character that way, and I don't think it's the actor's fault. I remember we watched that actor in a different movie that came up, and I was like, oh, really impressed with the performance he had. But I don't think it's the actor's fault at all. The character is annoying the way. I don't know. Wasn't.
Running around calling people buttholes, flipping people off.
Yeah, and it's just like
the movie you're thinking of is probably Scream 6.
It's Scream 6. I just glanced at his IMDb. That's what it was. Just annoyed the crap out of me, especially the first time I watched it. The second time, I was more trying to keep an open mind about it, and it didn't bother me. It didn't let it bother me quite as much. But I mean, I'm not a Spider fan personally. I wish it wasn't the case because I think his character and the concept and everything behind that, like the whole idea of like what if a human was raised with these aliens and in an alien family, whatever. And I think by the end of the movie, I think him breathing the native air and the thing with Awa, like that's all cool. Love the idea behind that and everything. Just the character itself just annoys me. I don't know.
I love that he turns Quaritch and Jake Sully into his two gay dads. And like that's just their like relationship for half this
awesome.
movie. Like it's just it's incredible to me. Like,
that's so funny. I never thought about it like that, but that's perfect.
It's like that's what I say. This movie has so many. I was describing it to another friend as well, where I'm like it does the thing that I love Dawn of the Planet of the Apes for, which that it makes the argument that the only thing cooler than an ape on a horse riding a horse into battle is an ape with a machine gun riding a horse into battle.
Yeah.
And this is the one where they're fully like, no, give the Na'vi machine guns, let them ride the dragons. We've got the Mad Max clan. We've got like this one where Quaritch is just taking drugs and banging the natives, going full apocalypse now through everything. I think this is my favorite one. I think I've landed on that point that this is my favorite Avatar so far.
I do love the like savagery part of this. You really never get like that kind of gore in any of the other movies. You get some glimpses of blood and everything like that, but like when they were just initially stalking them and then they had like their first altercation and they fly and they're burning like the people's houses and shit, and then or sorry, they weren't even burning houses, they were just chasing the kids. The ash people were. And everything was crashing and burning. And then dude, they found him, they killed those like people in their group, and they're looking through the bushes and they're cutting shit off, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, this is like real savagery shit. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yo, when they take that first
take your
ponytail, whatever,
Kuku or whatever it is. Kulu, something like that.
Kulu, I think that's what it is. That was like kind of horrifying because you don't really think
it was crazy, dude.
Yeah,
never got like that from like an Avatar movie yet. So I was like,
right.
Well, that's a big switch up. I'm like, that just shows like the difference in beliefs of like a majority of like there's been like wars and stuff before, but you would think most of the other tribes are very on the side of like, let's try and like talk this out before we start killing people. Obviously, the Ash clan is just full blown like,
well, she can
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
She can like mind attack people as well,
which
like,
is crazy.
Like a little iteration as well. Yeah, I was in.
She uses the Sihailu or something, like whatever they call it.
Everything
connection of everything.
Everything about that whole kind of like side bit. I like
Halo, Jake.
I like the setup and like the mirroring of the Jake like journey as well within him, and like him, like Jake's always been like, you're not that dude. Like you may have his memories and that kind of thing, but you are a different character. Like I thought all of that was really interesting.
New eyes just open.
Yeah. I did think the Jake Sully family stuff was better, I felt like, in this one than it was in the second one. I remember in the second one mostly just being annoyed by all of that stuff, and I thought this one they were like actually kind of doing interesting stuff with it. Particularly, I thought the Neytiri stuff could have been so poorly handled, but I thought that they actually made a pretty interesting kind of arc for her within that as well too. And
I agree. I was a little nervous when they first splintered her off on her own little arc. But I agree. I think it was handled really well, and her kind of come back into the main storyline where she's attacking the cyberpunk city. Like that was awesome.
That was all really great.
Awesome.
Yeah, I thought her Neytiri in the human world and all that kind of stuff. I thought that was really well done and really interesting. I think some of the criticisms I've seen and some of the own like kind of my own things with it is like I think we talked even before going into it that this was like originally this was the one script and then it has been split apart, and I think there is action beat story wise there's a lot in part 3 that mirrors part 2, particularly with like
that's a fair criticism,
the whales and like kind of like the action beats within it. I like, again, I haven't seen part 2 maybe since for over a year and a half at this point, so for me it didn't really matter all that much. But I could see like how like a more dedicated fan would find that a little bit annoying, or even someone that felt like they saw the last one and had a really good time with it would feel like this is just maybe an iteration too many or that kind of thing. But I didn't feel too bothered by that. Go ahead.
I had flights shortly before watching this, so I was like, oh, good time to just kind of catch up. I wasn't planning on doing it. I was planning on just watching a recap, but I did end up having some flights, so I was like, all right, I'll take a decent chunk out of these movies. So I rewatched both of them on the to and return flight. But I think it's a fair criticism to say that there's a lot of recycled pieces from the previous 2 movies in this one. And I think I almost would have enjoyed this movie just a little bit more if like I didn't fully rewatch the movies, because I think it's even down to like, all right, I've seen them flying on the Ikran and Jake Sully using the machine gun to take out other people, and I've seen Neytiri use the bow on the Ikran. It's like, it's cool to watch again. It was a little unfortunate because I'd just seen 6 hours of that in the week prior. So like, I think if you had come in not watching the other 2 super recently, you may have just kind of not as noticed that quite as much. And then it is also like, okay, so we had the scene where Korch takes the kids hostage check. We've got the scene where it's human and Sky people and Navi, like then Awa comes in and saves the day. Like, we've seen a lot of these same beats recycled. So I think that's a fair criticism to make of the movie. Doesn't necessarily detract a ton from my enjoyment of it. Wish there was more unique elements, but I think it's fair to say that for sure.
And yeah, I think it is less blue, as Tyler was saying. I'm not sure
Less
if they
blue,
get
yeah.
if they get less blue or if there is more iterations on the shades of blue within them. But
I'd probably.
So I was wondering that about like the Ash clan. Like, were they covered in ash and that's why they were gray?
Yeah, I think
or
so.
were
Yeah.
they?
It seems like
that's
it, 'cause
what
you
I
can even see it on their face sometimes.
Yeah.
It
Is that
looks
okay?
like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to
Maybe
make
it's
sure we're on
like
the same page
spice,
on that,
dude.
'cause
Maybe
I-
they've
Well, I
inhaled so
think-
much
yeah.
of it. It's now
Well,
coming.
now that's an interesting point you bring up, Tyler. Where are the worms on Pandora? Do we know where the desert people are?
Oh, they're
Interesting.
coming. If he's making 6 of these movies, I can reassure you there'll be some swamp people, some desert people.
I mean, let's see the whole ecosystem, man.
In the
Let's do it.
nuclear holocaust of Timmy C versus Spider, I'm taking Spider on this side. I want to be.
Oh
with
man,
with
you
the
wait till
Navi.
the third movie, man. You don't want to. You don't want to take that fight.
I'm just saying, like, I believe more in him than the
In Spider,
Sandpiper.
right?
I'll go ahead.
More than the Kwisatz Haderach. Okay, calm down, Nathaniel.
I'm just saying the Kitsatz Haderach, he's kind of a douche, you know.
Oh, just wait till the third one, Nathaniel. You don't even know.
He kind
him
of
being
sucks.
a
I
douche.
feel like Spider would flip him off and call him a butthole, and I vibe with that more, you know.
that would happen, but he'd know it's about to happen, and he probably wouldn't let it happen.
Lame. Sounds like something a butthole would
I
do.
knew he was gonna say that.
Trying to think of other things I liked about this movie that I haven't talked about some more. I talked a lot. Blake, what do you have thoughts as well?
Yeah, no, I mean, no worries. I feel like we always have episodes where some folks kind of take lead and fall back. I think I'm the lowest on this, so it kind of
Sure.
aligns with that. But yeah, ultimately, yeah, I mean, it's a spectacle, as I keep saying. So
Yeah.
seeing the different animals in here is always amazing. In my opinion, just the water effects is the most
Crazy.
amazing thing every time I watch
Yeah,
this movie.
dude.
Or anytime I
Yeah.
watch this series, I guess that's what I should say.
The water, and then the one for me that really stuck out on this one was when they were doing the maps in the little human room where they were all
the
there.
hologram.
Yeah,
the
like that was
holograms and
so
everything.
clear, and
Yep,
like them
I agree.
them
It was
walking
awesome.
in that stuff was like very
Yep.
like I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that effect looks crazy. But yeah, going
Yeah.
back to what you were saying about
It's
the water as well too, like just like it's phenomenal stuff.
Yeah, dude, that and the maps is fucking mind blowing when you're like, none of this is real. You know what I mean?
And
like,
that's where
it's
like
crazy. Dude.
you get frustrated when you like now you see a Marvel movie and it's like, yeah, we did this with 3 weeks and it looks like shit, and like, yeah, okay, let the special effects people have 6 months to work on this stuff and it looks awesome. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
It really
absolutely.
is another marker for that. Like if you allow creative people to take their time and actually do their job, do a
Yeah.
good job with it, man. Like it is just next level stuff. Like people will go see it as well too.
Right. It's like the age old saying, right? Where they're like, there's you can get something done fast and cheap.
Right.
You can get something done right, like good and fast, but then it's going to be expensive, right? It's
Yeah.
kind of that old saying.
Yeah,
and
you
in
can't
Marvel,
have-
we know which
You can't have
Can't
all
have all
three.
three.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and we know which way Marvel takes every time they got to do some CGI, right? So, but yeah, that's kind of my sentiment. I do like the Ash clan and kind of the effect, specifically the leader, and I'm drawing a blank
Wrong.
on the name as well. But awesome.
Show
as
me how
well
to make
kinda,
thunder.
Yeah, awesome to have that
her with
dynamic
the
in there and that
flamethrowers,
character
like,
development.
Dude, oh my god, like
Middle of the
pure-
movie, I was like, "This is
pure
the best thing
elation.
I've ever seen." Like, this, like,
Yeah, and
this
then-
is
and then
pure
immediately-
cinema.
drops a flamethrower and she's like, we've got to fuck. like come on, like we've got to get in the tent.
yeah. This is just. I was like, "This is yes." I was the epitome of the sicko at the window, going like, "Yes, haha, yes." You know.
Yeah. No, that was an awesome scene. And I even love the
Yeah.
shot. I think it's the one before it where it's like the kind of nighttime like shadow shot that where like they're delivering. It's like the meetup of when
Sure,
he's
yeah,
delivering
yeah.
the arms to them.
Yeah.
Really cool shot. But yeah, that was awesome little sequence. But I'm sorry to interrupt you, Blake.
No, go ahead. I think was it Nathaniel's point earlier where he's like, this may be the horniest of them all.
Oh yeah, easily
Yeah.
the horniest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
definitely.
these all PG-13?
This one is.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they all are.
Yeah.
We all are.
They got it.
Because the first one's a little horny. Like he's definitely. It's like
They've
it's
got
the
the
whole
one
I haven't
thing.
seen the
scene.
first one in
They've
so
got the
fucking
one-
long, dude.
They've got the one horny scene.
It's
when
definitely
they
him
first go to the
falling in
Tree of
love
Souls, I
with
think.
the alien and like they have the
Yeah,
whole
I guess, yeah.
my brain
Yeah.
can connect to yours through this mind ponytail.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about the like evolution of the Grace? Whatever.
Oh,
I
well,
don't know if
she's
not
like-
named Grace in
she's-
this one. It's Kiri and her Awa connection, and she's like the child of Awa. It turns out she's a clone. Like I thought that was kind of cool. I still don't know how to feel about how they kind of personified Awa in that like sequence when
Oh,
they
I
connect
love
at the
that.
end. And
I felt
I
that
think
felt
it's, like,
so Space
cool and-
Odyssey.
sure,
It
yeah, that's-
definitely
yeah.
was a little bit of like a throwback feeling, but there
Yeah.
was a
Right.
little part of me that like because I wasn't prepared for it, that I
Right.
was definitely thrown off a little bit.
I was as well. I think that's kind of how I landed on it. And then I saw, and I didn't even fully process this, but I saw someone saying how kind of they didn't like how it was actually looked more human than Navi,
Right.
the personification.
Right.
Which I kind of think actually makes me like it more because it's kind of like, oh, that's not
It's just who
a
she's
real
seeing.
manifestation.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Awa.
yeah.
It's who she's seeing. It's who Awa is manifesting herself as.
Yeah, that was
for
kind of
Kiri
how
to recognize her, that kind of thing.
That's kind of how I interpreted it to kind of
Yeah.
to begin with.
Yeah.
I think like if anything, A was like a mushroom or something like that. Realistically, like
Right.
it seems to be. It's
Well,
more
A
like
was the
hive,
the planet
yeah.
connections,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
hive, for sure.
But like if you were gonna come across like the big cluster of Awa, it would probably be like in my mind I always conceptualize it as like one of the big mushroom kind of like connections, like almost what ends up in Spider, the myconium or whatever he calls it.
Yeah, right.
Anyways, yeah, I liked that whole bit. Again, like I at this point, this movie had sold me on all the weird stuff so much that I was just like kind of just on board for any of that at that point.
Yeah.
And again, I think like the difference between something like this and an MCU movie, for lack of for an easy, low hanging fruit, easy target or something like that, but even just any of those other movies that are trying to build a franchise, is I never feel like the movie is just setting things up to answer them in a later movie. Everything that is like brought up in this movie, like the reason they're bringing it up is because it has direct reference and implications and like effect on the plot. And this, like, after two of these, they've earned my trust that like I will just like accept that and go along with it as well too. And I think that's not like that is important to kind of like address at this point, as sad as that is to say. But like I feel like filmmakers and movie studios have really taken advantage of that for the last few years at this point. And this is like an example of like, no, you can again tell the craft that has gone into its making.
You absolutely can. And I was recently turned on the Directors Guild podcast where they do kind of it's basically the Q&As from the DGA screenings that they do with the directors.
Was it him and Del Toro?
Him and Del Toro.
Yeah, because they're
and
buddies.
They're usually about 30 minutes. Yeah, they are. Apparently they go
who is
decades
this in
back
Del
and-
Toro?
James Cameron.
James Cameron?
Yeah.
So the Directors Guild of America, they have a podcast, sort of, which is essentially the Q&A sections that they have after the DGA screenings. So they'll, if just most directors, or at least some, will kind of screen their movies for a DGA audience and then do a Q&A after. And so they make that their podcast, essentially. And so this interview was Del Toro interviewing James Cameron, and they talked for quite a bit. It was a fun conversation to listen to. Would highly recommend if anyone's interested. But one of the things James Cameron brought up in the interview was just like the idea of CGI and like kind of the thing that attracts him to it in part is, with live action films, you have to worry so much about shots and your cameras
Yeah.
and getting the right tracking and
Yeah,
marks
you get to
and
get
just all
around
these
that.
logistical issues and lighting too and all this
Yeah.
other stuff. And it slows down the actual just kind of filmmaking and scenes,
Well, what he
and
considers
kind of just the rhythm
filmmaking,
of it. Well,
which I think,
sure.
yeah,
but
he,
it just slows down the process day of on
yeah,
sets and stuff like that. But with the motion capture is he doesn't he can do all that later. Like
yeah,
he can figure out where the camera is
yeah,
later on. He can figure out what the lighting looks like, what the environment looks like. Like there's all this creative freedom he has to, and he has as much time, relatively speaking, as much time as he needs to kind of figure out. He's not in a rush, and he can kind of flesh things out a lot more. And I think that, I mean, obviously, the level of detail in the CGI and everything in the movie, but it's especially true. And I think in the lighting, I
yeah.
think in this one, it's in all of them, but in this one especially, with the different environments that we see and go to, it's very apparent in this one that like extra care is taken into that. But it's also so interesting to me to think about that, of like how you can just have these scenes and you can just pick and choose
Yeah.
where you want to place a camera and how you want to light the scene like after the
Mhm.
fact. Like that's so intriguing to me. I'm sure, like, I don't think I could ever make these movies because I would be like infinite options
Yeah.
of like how you could make
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
rather than like when you have a movie, like the shot that you got that day, that's the shot. You can do what you can to color correct and all this other stuff, like
Right.
editing magic exists, but the shot's the
Sure,
shot at
well,
the end of the day.
once it's in the can, it's in the can. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, once it's on film, that's the role. So that that would be an awesome. I would like love to just pick his brain on his process and like, because once you have all those infinite options, how do you choose? Like,
Right.
like why did you pick this camera angle instead of this camera angle? Like, why did you place the camera here in this scene? Like, I don't know. That fascinated me because I'd never really thought about it like that. Of like, you could just have all this control after the fact, and you have as
Well,
much time as you need to make those decisions. I mean, that's pretty fascinating.
it was nice, like in a thought that I had while making it or while watching it was I was like, oh shit, like I bet a bunch of people that like that are watching this here would like assume that some sort of AI was used in help making this, and then
Sure.
like as soon as
Right.
the credits hit, it's like no generative AI was used in the making of this
Yeah.
film, and I was like, yes, James Cameron, yes. But yeah, I thought that was kind of an interesting takeaway from it as well too. It was like I felt like watching it, I was just like, damn man, the craftsmanship on the effects in this is next level as well too. Yeah, excited. Fun movie to watch, fun movie to experience. I'm, as we've said before, ready, willing, and will buy my ticket when they announce the fourth one. So, I know. Go ahead.
Go. You go ahead. If it was so much,
I was gonna say, I know that like Cameron did lose John Landau, who was his producing partner, and who had helped really, I know, get Way of Water kind of across the finish line, I believe, at one point. And the way that I kind of understand their working relationship, it's kind of like Cameron is the nuts and bolts, this is what we got to do to get things done kind of way, and like I have X amount of stuff we got to get done today, we're going to get that stuff done. And Landau was the people pleaser, the kind of like funding guy, the one that could schmooze and that kind of thing, and he has since passed, so I think that's colored some of why maybe Cameron may not come back for the other ones, or he's talked about like kind of maybe handing some of that off and that kind of thing. But
right.
Yeah, I can imagine that would be maybe something that would affect that kind of thing overall, which is, if this is the last Cameron one that we get, I'm very, very thankful. And I think this will be, again, one that I will return to overall.
I think of the three, this has the most rewatchability.
Yeah,
in my opinion. I think there's the most to go back to in this one. I think the first one, once you kind of know that story and you've been introduced to the world, I still have like the nostalgia for that watch of like being introduced to Pandora and everything like that, and I love it for it. I think the second one, when I rewatched it, because I rewatching on the plane and then finishing when I got home, it was the first time I've seen it since theaters. And rewatching was kind of just a little underwhelming. I think this one would be one where it's like I could see myself rewatching this before the next one, if it does come out. Like I could see this
Gotcha.
being something I kind of want to go back to in a couple months or a year or two down the road. I feel more confident in that than the last two for sure. One thing I wanted to say is I think this might be the best acted of the three.
Okay.
Like not to knock down the other two because I think those are great, obviously. But I think the performances are just even a next level to the last one as well. When you consider that they filmed these consecutively, like the first two, or sorry, 2 and 3, and like you said, the first chunk of 4. I think they probably seemed like they had gained a rhythm or momentum by the time they got to filming the scenes for this one. And I just think everybody across the board, it's not one person or the other. I think Sam Worthington somehow takes another step forward in terms of his performance as Jake Sully. Like, I think he really stood out to me. Obviously, Steve Lang is Quaritch, like, but just performances across the board were incredible. And I think it was somehow a noticeable jump even from the second one, because they killed it, and it's still amazing to me with the technology that they have, that they can make all these facial expressions and animations and the emotions come across when it's not even a human being.
I definitely feel like you
necessarily looking at.
You see the actors the most in this one, in their kind of faces,
I
particularly
think
with
that's a good point too.
With like Sam Worthington and like Zoe Saldana and that kind of thing.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's fair.
I actually think with it might have happened with the last Avatar, or if not, I'm sure it's happened now. That she's been trading off with Scarlett Johansson, but Zoe Saldana is I want to say she's the highest.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that. Which good for her, dude. She's awesome.
Like, she's great. I think it was her after Way of Water, and then Scarlett Johansson took it over after Jurassic.
Oh,
World?
Yeah. I forgot.
Is that what those new ones are called? Too. Jurassic World Rebirth?
Yeah.
Or is it Jurassic Park?
No, Jurassic World.
Yeah. Then I think she took it over for that, and then I'm sure Zoe just took it back over again. So yeah, they'll probably bounce that around. Is she in the new Avengers?
Scarlett Johansson. I guess they'll both be in that. Yeah. But yeah. But technically,
so is Chris Evans.
Spoiler.
Yeah, right. I guess we'll see. Somebody may overtake it once that's released.
Yeah,
right?
that would be very funny
this year.
No one's dead in the multiverse. They need to make money. They'll bring everyone back. I don't even want to discuss Doomsday right now.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah. We're running pretty long on time. Do we have any final closing thoughts here?
No, I think I'm tapped out.
Cool.
Yeah, no, let's rank it.
Yeah. Welcome back, listeners who skipped over our spoiler segment of the podcast. We're going to go ahead and throw up Avatar Fire and Ash up upon our Entropy list. For those of you who do not know, the Entropy list is Back Row Banter's official list of all the movies we have reviewed, regardless of genre, regardless of anything else, all in one fantastic list. It's essentially how we rate our movies, rather than do it out of 5 stars, out of 10, whatever it is. We throw up all the movies we review on a list and see how they compare to one another. If you want to reference the Entropy list for yourself, you can do so by checking the episode description, where it's linked to my Letterboxd. I forgot to mention the tiered list part. Have still not figured out how to wrap that into my rigmarole here. We're gonna have to really workshop that. But Entropy list is now tiered, so it gives you a little bit better idea of what each ranking means in the grand scheme of things, because it gets hard to keep track sometimes, and we want to make that easier on you.
So Way of Water is 44.
Why'd you say "oh no" like that? That's cool. I'm cool with that.
I didn't say "oh no."
Oh, I thought you said "oh no."
No, I said so. Way of Water is 44.
You know the first one out here?
I don't think we do.
No, I don't think we reviewed it before.
Surprisingly,
watching the other one.
Fuck.
And based on this review, I don't think Blake will rewatch it for us. So,
I mean, I'll do it though.
No, I'm just kidding.
It was a hell of a viewing
We've
experience in
made
real time, dude.
Blake watch
high school for me.
So many
It's
worse
so good.
movies than the first Avatar.
That's
for this
fair.
podcast.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Blake has so many that he needs to force on us at some point as well, too, I feel like.
and it would be justified.
It's got a million.
Force on you guys. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I feel like I've
you and Blake
seen a
have the
lot
most
of movies
crossover.
that Blake have that Blake may have also caught during his childhood.
For sure.
I agree.
You guys easily have the most crossover out of all of us.
I agree.
With
I'm on an island. I'm lucky if I've got crossover.
Yeah, Adam's the biggest
you know?
anti guy. And I always got to give him shit for high tension. Or if it was up to Adam, like that'd probably be the third worst film on here.
And what was I thinking the other day?
It's close to the bottom. It's like that's.
I was reflecting on
Terrifier
Terrifier and how Adam can never watch those.
I think the first one would not be Adam's speed. It's like too low budget and too grindhouse.
And mean.
I think the second and third one, though, I think he has enough appreciation for horror movies. I think Adam could watch.
You just wouldn't have a good time. I just don't think he would enjoy them.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think he would walk away and be like, "Man, this
agree.
movie's fucking awesome. I can't wait for the
Based
fourth
on
one."
No.
But I think he'd be all right. I can see the shtick of why people like it.
Yeah, I'm pretty generous on that front. Like
Yeah.
I can understand why someone likes stuff. I don't have to like everything else.
Yeah,
the second.
I think you'll be able to do that on the later of the two, the latter.
The second of
the first one though, I don't think you'll like it at all. The first one's way too grindhouse and low budget. They made that film for probably like fucking $40,000.
Yeah, and 20 of it was one puppet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I don't think Adam will like that one.
Fair enough.
All right, sorry. So ranking this bad boy.
Yeah. You said 44.
Yeah, was.
Man.
Yeah, you're in heavy.
I mean, that is
company.
I was just gonna say that's the border of like you have Way of Water and then you have Back to the Future, Dune, Into the Spider-Verse, Zodiac, Batman. I mean, those are some hitters, and it only gets worse
just so you
from
know,
there,
that's
obviously.
A tier as well. That's like healthy, very healthy A tier.
Wow. I'm comfortable putting. Let me think about this for another second before I just say some shit I regret. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm good. I'm comfortable just putting this right above the first one, 44, and just putting them next to each other because, like, I do think they're just very. Sorry, yeah, second one, not first one. I mean, they are just neck and neck for me. In terms of enjoyment, I think they're really good. And I don't want to put this above Back to the Future, Dune, or any of the movies like immediate above it. Like those are still movies I think are better. And I look below Way of Water, and I'm like, yeah, I would put this above all of those too. So I'm cool sticking it at 44. As like weird as that is, I guess. I don't know. But that just feels right to me right now still. So 44 for me.
Fair enough.
I don't think I can put it there. I understand that, and I think that's an elegant workaround, and I think that would probably work. My thing, though, is Starship Troopers, and then I was thinking about how good Godzilla -1 is the other day.
Dude, yeah, movie, I glance at that one all the time.
That movie's so good, dude.
That movie's awesome.
I
need to crack open that 4K I have soon.
My buddy,
I watch clips of that on YouTube all the time.
My buddy just watched that for the first time, and he was like my guy that like when we were 6, we watched Godzilla together and stuff, and he was like, I've never been more excited to show my son who is 3 like a movie when he'll be like 13. Like really? I can't wait to like show that to him when he's ready, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I was
I need to show that to my roommates.
That's fair. Like
I don't think they've seen it.
It's so good. So I think I'm gonna put this at 50, below Godzilla -1, and I'm gonna put it above Itumama, which anyone who has listened to the pod for a while knows how much Itumama means to me. So
that's high praise from Nathaniel.
It
actually
is. That's me taking a hit and recognizing where we are in the list as well too. I think if you saw me on the street and you're like, hey Nathaniel, which of these would you rather watch, I would still watch Fire and Ash over Way of Water, but out of respect for the rest of the list, that's where I'm gonna put my ranking, 50.
Yeah. Ty.
I definitely see where everybody's coming from. I think Spirited Away is kind of holding me up. The
What is
animes are
that?
holding me up right now. I got Spirited Away that I'm looking at, Princess Mononoke. So kind of hard, but I think I'm just gonna kind of go with that and put this under Spirited Away, below It Follows. So 59.
Okay,
can-
that's
I
fair. I
can-
guess
I
I'll
can
kind of round
agree
out
on
the
that.
group here. I mean, I think I'm the lowest on these, so I'm trying to objectively rank it where it may not be my most favorite or most rewatchable, but it is a spectacle and it holds a place in my heart and in the cinema world, right? Of kind of what it is when you go see it. So that being said, I mean, I think you got to put it in A tier. Um, all things considered, I don't know if I actually like this more than Way of Water.
Okay.
So I think that's kind of just like my off first remembrance, right? Um, so yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm at with that. I mean, as far as A tier though, that I'm going down. One I did look at was Godzilla -1 for sure. As I echoed earlier, I watch fucking YouTube clips on that all the time. Um, so that one holds a lot in my heart. Then I'm scrolling down A tier, and like honestly, I hear Ty's point on the anime ones of Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke. Those ones aren't super high ranking to me, but I totally understand it. I think where I kind of fall into the area is like, is this 77 to like 8 to early 90s range, right? So that's kind of that low A tier range, and I
Sure.
think I'm gonna just kind of have to pick a poison there to make sure I rank it accurately. So ultimately, I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go. I'll put it above Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So that's
Okay.
gonna put us at 77. And below Iron Claw, which actually was pretty good. I actually really like that movie in
Yeah,
hindsight. I need to
slept
go
on
back and
movie.
rewatch that. Yeah, but that's one I don't see a lot of people talk about too much. Obviously, it's
It
got a
got
high ranking
snubbed
for us.
for a lot of like award, even like nominations. Like
Yeah, I
it
think a
just
lot of
didn't
people just
get
have
the
the
buzz it
Zac
deserved.
Efron. You know what I mean? You may feel some type of way about it, but yeah, great
Sure.
film.
That
And
was- yeah.
Scream obviously monumental to me. So that's where I'm at. We'll see. I'll probably be somewhere in the same ballpark for the fourth one and the fifth one and the sixth one. However many fucking James Cameron wants to make of these, they're all going to be awesome. So
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
we'll be there. Hell yeah. All right. Well, then that gives us an average ranking / rating of 57.5, meaning we'll put it at 58. I gotta scroll up here. Where does that leave us? That is below. Oh boy. That is below Alien Romulus and above Spirited Away.
is that going to break anybody? You can convince me to put it below
Honestly,
Spirited Away.
I was gonna say the
100%.
same thing.
You can convince me for that.
I would
Romulus
be okay
probably a
putting
little
this.
too high too, fellas. Not
I was
gonna
gonna
lie.
say that was the more the
Yeah,
one that I was
probably.
side
I
eyeing
don't
a
know.
little bit.
Yeah, how did that end up above?
I think
Spirited
I was
Away?
really high on it at the time, but I don't know.
I think I
Y'all
was
were.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's good.
yeah, it's good. It's just not better than Spirited Away, Tropic
Yeah.
Thunder. Like we're talking about classics here.
Yeah,
And
I really agree with you.
so maybe we reevaluate that
Somebody
later. I'd be okay putting it below Spirited Away.
Yeah, do it. That's cool with me.
All right, we're gonna adjust that. We're gonna put it 59 below Spirited Away, above It Follows. That means that is in the A tier, solid middle of the A tier, firmly in there. I'll take that.
Firmly grasp it.
All right, we're pretty long on time here, and it's getting late IRL time.
Yeah.
Do you guys need to get anything off your chest about this FCS championship?
It's all pain, man. It's all pain.
Yeah.
Losing to the arch rival and then watching them go win a championship. Yeah, brother, it's tough. I felt for you watching even the semifinal. I felt for you watching it.
Yeah. Had a shot.
So how far did the Grizz go this year?
Semis. Or
Semifinal, yeah.
Semis.
And they played their arch nemesis Montana State in the semifinal. Like
Yeah.
they
do seem to match up.
They did get destroyed.
I mean,
Yeah.
in the 3 years that I've been vicariously keeping up with Montana Grizz football through Nathaniel, I've seen them match up all the time in these brackets.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
for sure.
they're two of the better teams, obviously, and historically, I think Montana still has like the rivalry, like it's still something like 50-30 or something like that historically.
Sure.
But like
Mm,
Montana State
okay.
has just like in the last, I think, 10 years, just become way more competitive, and I think the last few, they've been going pretty well. So yeah, they were number 2 team in the nation, I think, for most of the year, and again, Montana, I think. They lost, or those were like the 2 losses, basically. I mean, again, you lose to the national champions. That's who you want to lose to if you're going to lose to anyone. But
Right.
Sucks. Definitely the first game, the Brawl of the Wild, as it's called, was definitely Montana had an opportunity. Bobcats kind of just shoved this one straight through them, more or less. So
Yeah, for sure.
All pain, man. But
What a run from Illinois State, though. I mean, how about them Redbirds?
Yeah, very impressive.
I mean, they were they unranked?
Yeah, they were. So like one of the teams that, to my understanding, I think you're not even really selected to get into the playoffs. You're kind of just like the leftover scraps of the people that need to fill the tournament.
You're a bubble team,
know what I mean?
and you're kind of there.
Yeah.
And they made it all the way, man. Yeah,
well,
so
they took out the 1 seed in North Dakota State, didn't they?
Yes.
In the first round?
Yeah, big upset.
Mean, that's an upset. That's an upset in and of itself. And then to keep it rolling all the way to the finals. I mean, holy shit. I was really hoping they would win the championship, because I mean that would be one of the greatest underdog stories in sports, period. I mean, I don't know if like that happened. You take out the number 1 seed. You could say it's a fluke, but you somehow make it all the way to the finals.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy stuff. Wish I could say I kept up with them on their march. I mean, in terms of like watching the games, I was kind of keeping tabs loosely, but that's crazy. That's good for that. Good for them. Good for that program. Go Illinois.
It's true.
Home state team.
But yeah,
don't go to Bloomington Normal though. There's nothing there for you.
Fair enough.
I've never been. Only driven through.
Yeah, it's kind of in the name.
Don't stop. Yeah.
I don't have anything else that I've been what I've been watching too much, really, but Anaconda, which we'll get to. So, and sumo starts next week, so everyone,
Oh, my brother is planning a trip to Japan.
Nice.
They're going to a sumo tournament.
There you go.
Double nice.
That's
dope.
Man.
Yeah, I'm excited for him.
I think I gotta go.
Well, when you decide you want to go to Japan, let me know, because it's like my dream trip.
Let's go. Can we schedule a trip? Can we plan a trip for real? I've been thinking about it, either next year or this year or next year. I need to go.
BRB goes to Japan.
We got to record in person over there.
There you go.
That'd be crazy, dude.
In the streets of Tokyo.
Whoa.
It's got to be an anime though.
Just record every night.
Whoa.
Yeah, I am 1,000,000,000% serious though, Tyler. I would do that.
Down.
So we can talk.
That'd be dope.
But let's get out of here.
Yeah, my quick what we're watching. I watched Train Dreams on Netflix. Has anyone watched that yet?
Heard good things. Haven't seen it yet.
Great
For
things. Train Dreams.
It's like an hour 30. Supposed to be beautiful. Like
legitimately, the first line of my Letterboxd review is one of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen, and that's not an exaggeration.
Shame it's on
Netflix.
Netflix.
It is. Yeah, and it's on Netflix, which is good and bad. I mean, good in the sense that you could watch it right now. Bad in the sense that I wish I could see this on a big screen. So I'll, it is what it is. But yeah, genuinely, like, shot so beautifully. I mean, there are shots in this movie that I could put up on my wall. I mean, and it's most of the movie. Honestly, it's awesome. I would highly recommend it. I honestly might go back. It's a movie I keep thinking about since I've watched it. And I might raise my rating on Letterboxd because it's stuck with me a little bit too, the messaging and everything. So highly recommend that. I think we'll get some Oscar noms and stuff. We'll see what happens. But it's already won Best Cinematography, I think, at the SAG Awards, maybe.
Nice.
I don't know. Yeah, we can move on out of the episode here. Thank you all for listening. Especially if you made it this far into the episode, you're our favorite type of listener. We really do appreciate it. Do us a favor, share the podcast, share with a friend, family member, maybe a fellow cinephile or moviegoer, whatever floats your boat. Just do that. That'll help us out a ton. Or I think we're late enough where I'm just gonna give the general plugs and say check the episode description where we're in different places. If you want to find us, you can look at the description here. But we'll be back for we never mentioned next week's episode. It is going to be what did we finally decide on doing next week? Anaconda. That's right.
Anaconda.
New movie, Anaconda, comedy with Paul Rudd and Mr. Jack Black himself. So feel free to check that out, and join us for that review next week. We'll be RB.
America. Ready for another lesson.
I'll just do plus Bone Temple,
and that'll be in person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be real easy
Cool.
for them to make the porn parody of the Bone Temple.
Do they still do those? I don't watch enough porn.
You know, I hope so.
That's so funny.
Someone,
That was actually very funny, dude. I'm not gonna
someone
lie.
clip that one out. I don't watch
we can
enough
get
porn.
that. We can slide that in post-pod.
That could be the start of the episode.
And welcome back, everybody, to Back Row Banter.
Oh, is this thing on?
Wow.